So I'm going to put my radio voice on. All right, it's already on. It's already on.
You're already on.
It's already on. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Perry is here with us today. He is, if you don't know, now you know, he's one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. That's where many of you are able to see this live on-air conversation. Just for me and Dave's purposes, we have pulled him in via our video platform on StreamYard so we can push him over to what you're actually seeing on the GMAP Broadcast Network. With that being said, he is a nice young man. He's busy. He has officially become one of my friends, and I can count them on one hand, just so you know. But I want you guys.
That's a big hand.
Oh, that's a big hand, man. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dave Perry. Dave, how you doing, man?
Brother, I'm real good. Praise
Amen.
the Lord, another beautiful day.
Oh, man, it looks good. I mean, wherever you are right now, it just looks good.
Bro, San Diego, we pay the sunshine tax, but it's all good.
Man, now isn't that amazing? They pay sunshine tax. I don't know how many people caught that, but I did. Wow. You know what, man? I just want you to go ahead and send me a plane ticket.
Right.
Because,
Love to have you.
here in the Chicagoland area, Dave, man, this has been crazy. We have, people call this the Windy City. Yeah, I've heard those cliches, but they should call this the place and the only place that maintains bipolar weather. Okay? Because today it can be 90 degrees. Tomorrow it might be 90 below. So you got to watch yourself. Introduce yourself. Who are you, man? Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from if you don't mind.
I'm from Dave Perry. I'm Dave Perry. I'm from originally from Oakland. I've been in San Diego for 20 years this time. I came here in 1984 for Navy boot camp, but I came back in the year 2000. But I'm from Oakland, California, and been was in the Navy 84 to 88. I'm a licensed contractor since 94, and got two beautiful daughters. Praise the Lord, 19 and 22, Emily and Laura. And I'm just blessed with another day.
Ooh, yes, you are. And, a lot of people may not know, man, but you are also the creative author, and the one that has been chosen and used to disseminate this publication. And as I show it here on the GMAP Broadcast Network television screen, it is titled Maxwell Park. Tell us about it if you don't mind.
So it's fictionalized, but it's a semi-autobiographical. It's a coming of age story. It's about two sets of brothers. Um, uh, Family moves into the Maxwell Park neighborhood of Oakland in 69, and we're there till I want to say 74, 75. And then but the two brothers got befriended by these other two brothers and neighborhood kids, and instant friendship and playing football in the street and side yards and getting into good trouble and bad trouble and just doing kid things and having fun, enjoying each other. uh you know Oakland in that time was you know pretty interesting, shall we say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh you know you had the nonviolent demonstrations going on, the Vietnam demonstrations going on in Berkeley on the campus. The Black Panthers were very uh, present in the community. They did a lot of good stuff. And just a lot of, it was a place of not extreme poverty, but poverty. Working class people, but some definitely some poor folks. But it's a story of the richness of friendship and camaraderie, and you know, the innocence of childhood and of people willing to just be friends no matter what you look like or what clothes you wear or whatever. They had fun. And but yeah, Oakland was pretty volatile at the time.
Right. That's interesting because I mean, I can. When I looked at the cover of the book again, I was able to embrace because I always tell people. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with a young man earlier. I don't tell people that I can relate to something unless I can relate to something,
Right.
and I can relate to this because I experienced a lot of what may be written in this publication. I believe I'm one of the very few individuals that can honestly say to people, Dave, I came out of high school and I went to Dakota Wesleyan University, which is in Mitchell, South Dakota.
Hmm.
When I got there, if I was able to see one black face, I was blessed. There was none. I saw none, but I embraced my atmosphere.
Yeah.
And the ironic thing about that is I went there because I was redshirted to play football. My grades weren't the best, but I
Right.
finally made it through it, and I ended up, listen to this, at Mississippi Valley State University, which is an all-black school.
Right.
So just look at the scenario here. And
Mm-hmm.
I look at the cover of this book, man. And I tell you, I'm showing it on the screen once again. Look, the cover is embracive, man. And what drove you? What was the driving force behind presenting this publication to people around the world? Can you share that?
Well, it's personal, but it's all good. I welcome that. So, I got hit up on Facebook by a guy, and he's like, "Hey, I saw a picture, you and a blonde haired guy. It's the blonde haired kid's named Robert." I'm like, "Yeah, it's my brother Bob." He's like, "Oh, you're little Davy." I'm like, "Dude, I haven't heard that in 30, 35, 40 years."
Wow.
And so it turns out he was is Marcellus, basically the older brother, the other set of brothers, because me and my older brother are, the first set in the book, and so we just instantly boom, all kinds of stories, and oh yeah, I remember that, and yeah, it was just really rich to get back with him and have, because that was actually a time in our life when, like, when we left and my dad passed the bar, became a lawyer, my mom finished nursing school, became a nurse, we moved uptown. And kind of like your story of playing football, when we moved uptown, um, it was almost all white. There's some Asians, very few Latinos, very few blacks. Well, when we were down in Maxwell Park, it was mostly black and Latino. And we were our parents were the only parents that let me and my older brother play with the neighborhood kids. And
Mm.
I felt bad for the other kids because we had a great time. But Marcellus, I am so glad that that happened. That's a God thing. It's just been wonderful to hear, to rekindle everything that happened, but also, of course, hear how has your life been, and how has, God bless us all. And I, of course, bumps and bruises along the ways, but we're all, my brother and I are still kicking. He and his brother Marcus are still kicking, and it's all good, and we're all in a good place, and it's wonderful. I might add on that cover the raised fist. I mean, I wouldn't lie to you if I didn't think about the whole current last couple of years with the social stuff going on, police brutality and whatnot. But that was my thought to put on there because I don't believe it's his real uncle, but just Uncle Tommy. There was an Uncle Tommy that he mentioned that he and a couple of other guys would hang out and watch us play pickup football in these little vacant lots and in the street, and kind of befriended us to give us some pointers and all this stuff. Well, turns out Uncle Tommy's Tommy Smith, 1968 Olympics, raised fist on the gold medal podium. And so I just felt like, I wanted to honor him there, because you know, no matter what anybody thinks about the political stuff, I just really cherish his integrity for making the stand, literally, that he did. So that's part of that too.
Yeah. Wow. Man, this could get really, really interesting and exciting. And I am grateful that you have allowed us to be a part of this journey. I can't wait to
Appreciate it.
receive. I can't wait to receive my copy because I'm going to show my support, and I'm going to get it, and I'm going to, it's
It's coming.
something, it's something that needs to be shared. I'm grateful to have it as a part of our broadcast network's bookstore. As a matter of fact, it's not going to go anywhere for quite some time. I always like to share with people, hey, we'll have you on board for about 2 or 3 months and blah, 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 blah. But, man, this is something that needs to be there because people need to grasp, understand, learn. Because this is history. This is a part of our history, and people need to understand that, Dave. And, I just want you to know, man, I thank you. I thank you a lot for just accepting the invitation to be a part. I also want you guys to
I
know
appreciate it.
we're going
Thank
to
you.
be sharing this on social media, YouTube. We're going to share it on our weekly Comcast broadcast. We're going to do everything we can to help present this because people need to understand that we're not born racist. We're not
Nope.
born angry.
Nope.
We're, we're not born mass murderers or we're not born that way. That has to be incorporated into us.
That's
Oh
the
my.
evil world.
Yeah. And I was listening to a guy the other day, Dave, and what he told me was fear is an option. Fear is an option. He said dangers and situations concerning danger is not an option. You're going to face some
Right.
challenges. You're going to face some danger,
Right.
but to
Yeah.
be feared of it,
Right.
that's an option. That's a choice. And this situation that I know you're discussing in Maxwell Park, of course, is something that people need to recognize because a lot of what has been done over the years has been driven into us and made a choice. And I can go on forever, but in the meantime, I want you to share with us, if you don't mind. There's going to be some people out there that's going to want to show their support for you, and of course, pick up a copy, order a copy, download a copy. What is the process if someone wanted to receive a copy? Whether it's a signed copy, order a copy, download a digital copy. What's the process for that?
So the book is on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. There's paperback, hardback, and ebook. Kindle on Amazon, and then Nook on Barnes and Noble. Um, I frankly, I'm sorry, I just literally published it in May, but hadn't even thought about signed copies to the masses. But I mean, I would love that and invite that, and I would be totally down for that. I think maybe we'll have to post a link because maybe we could get our heads together or figure out how to do that in the best way for everybody. But
Yeah.
yeah, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, I appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoys it. It
Well,
was a
I'm
wonderful experience for me. I tell you, this is my first published novel. I published a couple poems along the way, and I've been writing all my life. And frankly, when I started this story, I had no intention of publishing it because, like a lot of other short stories that I've written, my older brother would know, or wife would, or my kids would hear the story maybe, but most of the time it just, it was just something I created. But this just kept going, and the Lord just really kind of, lit that fire. But anyway, um, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Pastor.
Amen. Well, you know what, Dave? I appreciate you, and I want to thank you first of all, publicly and personally, for doing what you did. Sometimes it's a challenge to release information via publication, and then have to face what many of your family and or friends may have to endure because of it.
Right.
See, I'm not hidden from this concept of what you probably had to endure, because let's face it, we don't have to embrace it, but it's still there, and you
Right.
know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Let's face it, we don't have to embrace it, but it is still there, and some of our family members and some of our friends are the ones that they're the ones that have to endure the consequences behind our actions.
Yep.
It's sad, but it's true. With
That's
that being
true.
said, if you guys want to sign copy, just let me know. I'm going to make sure that I reach out to Dave personally, and we're going to make sure that that happens. Even if you have to send me a box of books that's signed already, I'm going to, because he's a busy fella.
Can do.
And,
Oh, they.
you
I'm
know,
not too busy for that.
oh well,
Can do, my friend.
yeah,
We'll make it happen
we.
somehow, some way.
You know what? I'm gonna eliminate the word will. No, I'm gonna eliminate we can. And incorporate it with what you just said. We will. We're gonna make it happen. If you want it, you got it. That's all I can say. And reach out to me, reach out to Dave. Let Dave know you want it, and you're gonna get it. He is again one of our featured authors on GMAP, and that's us down there in the lower left-hand corner of everything in small print. But we're there, and of course, you know how it is. Sometimes the small print is the most important print on the paper, so we don't mind that title. All right.
Right.
So, Dave, man, we can't. I can't thank you enough, man. I appreciate you. Number one, accepting the invitation to be here. Number two, accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. And number three, allowing us to be a part of your journey. We're like brothers now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like brothers. So
Well,
my
we were already brothers. Now we're close brothers.
that's exactly. We've you know how you come back together after a long
That's
separation,
right.
and I don't see my
That's
brother
right.
for a while, and then I see him, and it's like can't wait
What's
to hit.
up?
I love it, man. I tell you, man. Maxwell Park, Dave Perry, one of our featured authors, GMAP Broadcast Network. Dave, one more time, man, if you don't mind sharing, how can you be reached, man, if somebody wanted to reach out to you?
Say again. I'm sorry. The last part.
How can you be reached if someone wanted to reach out to you?
I mean, you can email me, Dave and Company at iCloud.com. Um, uh, yeah. I mean, I'm in San Diego. Hit me up. No, it's yeah. I mean, I'll share my phone number. I don't know if that's is that
Let's do
prudent or not, or
absolutely, man. I mean, you know what? If
okay.
you don't
Yeah.
mind people having
Hey,
it, share it.
858-945-7528. Let me know. Love to hear from you. And thank you, Pastor. Again, I appreciate it.
Hey, man, you
Appreciate
know
you.
what? To God be the glory.
Oh yeah.
I know that you appreciate what He's doing here, but I also appreciate what He has done there, and allow this to be a divine connection to release it to the people around the world. And we all have our calling, Dave. We all have our responsibility. Paul said in the Bible, I became all things to all men that I may win some.
Yeah.
So if you're doing these things, as long as you're winning some, you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
appreciate you. I look forward to continuously placing this information out. I'm going to be placing this conversation on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and hope and pray that we can go ahead and prepare it to be aired on our Comcast broadcast. And we're just going to try to get this out there to as many people as we can for the next few months. And again, stop by GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com, and go to our featured authors bookstore. Click on the cover that you are currently looking at in our television screen or on our television screen titled Maxwell Park. I love the fist too, man. But the picture under, man, you said, man, you said something so important. You said the innocence of a child.
Yes, sir.
Man, that was a huge statement.
And who did Jesus love so much?
Come on.
The little children.
The children. Because they're the innocent. Oh, my God. The innocence of a child. See, we're not born this way. If we could, you know what we always say, how many times, Dave, let me ask you this. How many times have you heard the term, well, I'm not perfect?
Oh, gee. I wish I had $1 for every time.
Oh, well, you know what? You'll take $1. Just give me a quarter. You know,
I know, right?
Give me a quarter. I'd be rich.
Too many times. Come on. Excuses.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
You know.
Because we were born like those kids on the cover. It's like, hey, this is my crew. These are my friends.
I got one thing to say about that statement. You were born perfectly. That's all I can say. We always say, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect because you allow the negativity, the doubt, the fear, the anger, the gossip, and animosity to incorporate your life along the way of life.
Right.
But when you were first born, you were born out of perfection. That's why you were here. We weren't born in sin. We were born of it. Right. See, people are missing the boat. You know, when I was first born, I was born in sin. No, you wasn't.
Right.
No, you wasn't. So stop telling that lie on Jesus. Stop it. Yeah, he didn't allow. Okay, let me stop, man. I'll start preaching, Dave. Man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. I'm going to be calling you in a few, man. Give me 5 more minutes after we get off the phone, man, because I want to make sure we get some things lined up. And I'm going to be pushing this recording over to you, man, this conversation over to you. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. It's going to be on our Facebook page. And Dave is going to have it to share with all of his family, friends, followers, and all of that around the world. Maxwell Park, Dave Perry, author. Pick up your copy today. As a matter of fact, if there is not a book trailer for this, I want you to let me make one. I'm just
done.
It's done. You heard it.
We're doing it.
Yep. The record button is on. Hey, man, we appreciate you, Dave. I'll call you back shortly, man. Until then, man, you be blessed and have an outstanding day, okay?
Right on, brother. You is the same. Appreciate you.
Amen. God bless you, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Bless you.
people like to hide. Some people like to run away from the pain inside. Now that's your business. Do whatever you wanna do, but if it don't work out, yeah, here's what you ought to do. Just hold on. Change is coming. Hold on. Don't worry.
Don't give up, just be strong. Keep the faith and hold on. You come too far to give up now, yeah. You're gonna make it with Jesus. You're gonna make it. Oh just a little while longer. Hold on, don't you worry. Try it with me now. You can make it. Hold on, don't give up. Coming, yeah. Change is coming.
So really what you doing though? Like somebody need help. You know what I'm saying? This generation lost. I think our generation lost. Wisdom made them be fine, you know? Melody from heaven. Some say this our last melody from heaven. I feel like I can help. I got help. Somebody need to help me. Somebody need to help me. I feel like a TV swing is killing. Show these dreams, cause it's deeper than it seems. So like, with you, feel like you can tell them they nothing. Tell them that they bluffing and they generation is nothing. Goddamn, you don't know what you do when you tell them that they not gonna make it. You don't know what you do when you tell them they not gonna make it. You call them dumb just cause you wiser. And wisdom come with growth when you grown what you provide. Don't understand how you a man and you stand and watch him fall as a shorty when you didn't understand who you would call. We need that understanding, we need that feedback that gave him all the confidence in the world just to see black. You got to change something, you got to change your whole approach. Your generation is over, this is new, this is where this rope. So I can feel what you feel, but you still gotta get your hands in. I can feel what you feel, but you got to get your hands in. Melody from heaven, melody from heaven. I feel like I can help him, I feel like I can help him. Somebody help me, see somebody help me. Melody from heaven, melody from heaven. I feel like I can help him, I need somebody help. Somebody need help, somebody need help. I Nowadays, a shorty asks me for a feature before they ask me for a book. It figures, cause when the last time somebody read a story, it wasn't posted on a book. Figures, they say social media is the reason for declining in them. Their attention span is too short when they can't find a stem. Yeah, it's flaws in their generation. It's caused by stimulation they looking for in their parents they can't find within them. So weed and music becomes all that's necessary. Schooling goes out the window fast cause it's not necessary. Love is on the prowl cause Mary wanna marry cause Larry's not ready to commit. Yeah, it's very scary. Churches don't the back of their mind is just not present though. They believe in God and all you do, but they not present though. So if rocking your day can make them the top of your day, I think it's okay. So stop criticizing jocks, cause it's okay. Melody from heaven, melody from heaven. I feel like I can help, I feel like I can help. Somebody help me, somebody help me. Melody from heaven, melody from heaven. I feel like I can help them. I need somebody help, somebody need help, somebody need help.
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 22. Paul said, I became all things to all men, that I may win some. So somebody asks me, why do I cry? Why is it that you cry over this generation?
Man, what y'all doing out here?
Man,
you don't care about nothing. Ain't just speaking that knowledge, man. Everybody else.
Ain't what if
we have money in our own pocket. My pocket. Let me share this with you.
And it's not the fact that they're lying. The fact is that we have the antidote, but not doing anything. So I ask, how can I be different, and how could I give an answer or a solution that will help this generation, and you still criticize? I do rock your day and you say that that's not God. I wear J's and you say that that's not God. I wear true religion and you say that that's not God. But what about the one that I'm reaching and they're changing their life and God is getting the glory? Should I stop because you say, or should I continue to go so that I may save those that God has ordained me to save? See, I can't be like everybody else. I have to be different because I know I've been called to different. You heard what was said in the beginning. I became all things to all men that I may win some. So as long as I'm winning some, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Rock your day.